Very well. So this week we have actually finished the first part of firm theory. I guess we're going to do 3 weeks on it, but the first of the 2 big parts we're going to start this week and we're going to finish next week. Now, in order to give you kind of a conclusion to this week, and which will be kind of an introduction to next week, I want you to hear from Mike as to one of the issues he's been having recently, particularly a good issue because he's having so much success in his business. So let's hear what the issue is, and then let's come back here and see how that it relates to what we did this week and we're going to do next week.
Because of the situation we're in, which is that we own the building and we have a 0 lot line on the building, we can't expand this building at all unless the property owners next door to us are willing to sell. We never thought that property would change hands, but it did change hands from somebody that never sells to somehow they sold the property to somebody that is apparently not going to sell either. So we're looking at a situation where we need to open a second location, and that would give us more space. Our kitchen isn't set up well in the back for the amount that we have to do. So one of the biggest things is that we need to set up a kitchen that's a little bit better than the one we have. And then also more seats for the customers would be nice, and we'd also like to do an outdoor area. And we see people coming up and walking up to the door, looking at the line, and walking away every day. And we have a line every day. So we also think that in Champaign there's a little bit more of a market for us. We'd probably have more people coming to us if we had the right location in Champaign.
Very well. So you see that one of the difficult issues that Mike has to deal with, and it's a good issue, is that he's been having so much success that he's considering whether to expand, right? And he's looking for places and he's trying to figure out how that will be a good thing and so much and so forth. Now, can we answer that question with just what we said? Well, we can answer part of that. Now, we know that the reason he wants to expand is because he's running out of space in the kitchen, because he's running into that diminishing marginal return problem of having too many cooks in the kitchen that any business will run into when you actually continue to increase your operation when some goods are fixed. So we understand that now after we've done this week. We also understand after talking about cost this week that since we've run into that diminishing marginal return problem, he would like to add another cook, but that cook will add his costs dramatically, so it doesn't make sense for him to add that cook. We understand the problem of having a fixed kitchen to your costs. What we're going to talk about next week is the other side of the equation. See, Mike needs to know also how much he charges and what is the revenue he makes in order to decide whether to expand or not. And how does he make a decision about to expand? You see, what is the criteria he uses as to whether he should build more space for his kitchen or not? It's not only cost, it also has to do with customers and how many customers he will be able to sell, how much he's going to charge for his product, and what type of product he has in relation to his competitors. See, those are the questions we still have to answer in order to answer Mike's question. And in particular, what does Mike wants to do, right? If he wants to just, does he care about other things than just the bottom line, right? So we have to answer those questions before we can actually advise Mike as to what to do, as to whether he should expand his business or not. So next week, we'll talk about the other side of the equation, which is the revenue side. And then we put the revenue with the cost together to understand how companies make profit decisions. That's what we'll do next week. We'll continue to use the same example, and then hopefully at that time you're in a better position to advise not only Mike, yourself, or anyone doing business or being a manager of a company.
Produced by OCE Atlas Digital Media at the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign.